Good afternoon. I'd like to call the October 29, 2025 meeting of the Western New York Power Proceeds Allocation Board to order. I'm Tony Colucci. Welcome to my fellow board members and staff members from NYPPAB. This is a scheduled meeting that's been duly noticed in accordance with New York's open meetings law. Prior to today's proceeding, we distributed an agenda. I know that all of my fellow board members have had a chance to review it. I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Make the motion, Brenda McDuffie.
A second. Brenda made the motion. Dennis seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. Hi, Deanna.
Hi there.
As all of the board members know, we generally have a pre-board meeting with individual board members so that we can gather information that may be relevant to them in reaching the decisions that we ask them to make. And we also ask them to disclose potential conflicts of interest in light of the applications that we are considering. It's my understanding that no one has disclosed a conflict of interest during those meetings, but we always like to update that as of meeting time. Are there any conflicts that we need to address at this time?
None.
Hearing none, let's move on. Also in your board packet were minutes from the meeting of August 5th, 2025. I'm assuming you all had a chance to review them. Is there any need to make a correction or addition at this time? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Dennis, seconded by Brenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. I'd like to ask Angela Rossi, our program manager, to review and present a fund update.
Thank you very much for that opportunity. The total deposits to the fund currently stand at $112,398,588 with accrued interest amounting to $4,275,134, bringing the total funds available to $116,673,721. To date, there have been no administrative expenses that have been withdrawn from this amount. Disbursements made to grantees total $37,722,718, resulting in a current fund balance of $78,751,003. Of the total awards to date, $53,471,742 was awarded for standard projects and $11,955,372 for energy-related projects, totaling $65,427,114 in cumulative fund benefits to date. The allocation board has $51,246,607 in funds available for future awards. A minimum of 15% of the fund, which is $16,859,788 must support energy-related projects, with $11,955,372 awarded to date. We have $4,904,416 remaining for energy-related projects. Today, the board is presented with a recommendation to consider funding for two standard projects totaling $629,100.
I just want to make a point. I don't think we have $4 million left for energy projects. We have to spend at least $4 million on energy projects.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry about that.
We can spend all of it on energy projects if we choose to.
Yes,
Right?
you are correct.
Okay, good enough. Any other questions or comments with respect to the fund balance? Dennis?
Yeah. Just again, and I think I expressed this during our pre-meeting, is the amount of allocated, unused, and unallocated. Almost 50% of the total EPRP allocation in Western New York, and it just once again seems to me that there's got to be a more creative way. I mean, the whole idea is you want that fully allocated, but you know, it just seems like, and I'm looking at the dollars, the fund balance today is larger than when we started.
Well, that would make
Remember
sense. Yeah, that would
We
make
had an
sense. It was 40
infusion.
million when we started.
Right, but we had an infusion.
Yeah, but you've given out X. I think the issue is that we've got so much that's unallocated, unused. But I understand there is activity, right, Angela, I just want to feel good that, you know, that our success will be fund balance equals zero, right? I mean, I think that's what.
Put ourselves out of business
Yes.
Yeah, obsolescence is a wonderful thing.
in this instance.
Yeah, right.
When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't think so.
And I'm not looking for anything, it's just a comment and an observation. You know, that's a lot of power. And hydro is a very valuable resource and asset.
But you're saying we shouldn't have more money in. It's not that you don't want to give it, giving it out for unworthy projects, but there
Yeah.
seems to be a lot of unused.
Well, remember, we are when we get these types of projects in for hydropower, we are evaluating those projects with almost the same criteria that we use for proceeds. So those projects also have to meet some standards
Yeah.
in order to be able to move forward. And if you really do look at this report, the unallocated to date is only 112. We have allocated that rest of it 207. It just has not been pulled down.
And they have 3 years to pull it down?
They have 3 years, Alana, you can correct me if I'm wrong, they have 3 years from the date that their project.
Yeah.
is done.
Okay.
They do have 3 years, but we are flexible knowing that, delays happen when it comes to big projects. So we do consider that. So sometimes it does go a bit over, but 3 years is typically the standard.
That's a good point. Thank you for making it. Any other comments with respect to the fund balance? Hearing none, we need to take no action at this time on that item. I'd like to move on to round 41, the awards for fund benefits for the Western New York Power Proceeds Economic Development Fund, and specifically the recommendations for award of fund benefits from Exhibit A1 to Balthasar Industries. Can you take us through that?
Sure, I can. Thank you,
Thank you.
Chairman. Staff recommends that the allocation board approve a $90,000 fund benefit award to Balthasar Industries LLC. Balthasar Industries is a full-service CNC milling and turning machine shop based in Rochester, New York, that serves customers across various industries, including medical, optics, defense, aerospace, electronics, semiconductors, and transportation. To address space and workforce challenges resulting from the company's recent growth, Balthasar is looking to relocate to a new 37,000 square foot facility in North Tonawanda in Niagara County. The company plans to acquire and upgrade the new building as well as invest in state-of-the-art CNC machinery and software, thereby significantly expanding production capacity and enhancing competitiveness by allowing Balthasar Industries to bid on larger projects that are currently beyond their reach, while continuing to serve their current customer base. The strategic move aims to secure a facility that will support ongoing growth, allowing the company to hire and train 3 full-time employees and retain 1 existing full-time employee. The project cost is estimated to be over $1.4 million, and the recommended award would cover approximately 6% of that cost. There are several factors that support the recommendation to approve this request, including moving into a larger facility and adding advanced CNC equipment will expand production capability, enabling Balthasar Industries to pursue larger contracts and enhance their competitiveness. The project also involves hiring and training 3 full-time employees and retaining 1. The expansion will help Balthasar increase their production capacity by 60 to 100%. Thereby enhancing their operational capabilities and their market competitiveness. Relocating to North Tonawanda in Western New York will increase the local tax base and revitalize an underutilized industrial property, which again contributes to the region's strengthened advanced manufacturing cluster. The company's track record of growth over the past 3 years indicates upward momentum, suggesting this expansion could be a stepping stone to future job creation and business development. And the project also aligns very well with the 2024 Western New York Regional Economic Development Council priorities that are focused on growing tradable sectors and supporting traditional economic development goals of job creation and business needs.
Thank you, Angela. Any questions for Angela with respect to this particular application?
Yeah, I got one. How come you only recommended 90 grand instead of 300,000?
So we did go over this on some of the pre-boards. So again, when we get a project, we look at several different factors. We put it into a model, we look at it and compare it to other projects that may have been doing somewhat around the same thing, hiring the same amount of employees. It's the job growth.
All right.
Yeah, that really drove down the number. I think it's a fair word for what they're doing. I want to help the company because I think that the future growth could be there.
Yeah.
So want to catalyze this
Okay.
phase.
And there will be no prohibition with them potentially coming back once they establish themselves in Western New York. I like the quality of jobs that they're creating with a average salary of 60,000. So if they hire 1.5 or retain 1.5, will be paid back. And so I'd like to hopefully see them continue to grow in our market, and I think it's a good manufacturing project.
See, Angela went to the Richard Smith School of Economics.
Angela?
We got 50 million bucks in there, and I got it out loud.
Any other questions? Hearing,
I know that's just the problem, but I like that you're being consistent here.
Yeah.
And, the
Yep.
worst thing we can do is start, we have money, let's give it away. I really worry about that. So I appreciate you guys doing this in depth. Sorry.
I was just asking.
I know.
very good.
And then remember that this also, because it is a proceeds award, this can also enable the company to come back and
Come back.
actually request a hydropower allocation when we do see some growth. So
Mhm.
I'd like to move it.
I'll
Second.
Just ask for a motion to adopt staff's recommendation for $90,000 to Balthasar Industries, moved by Dennis, is that you?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's.
Seconded by Brenda,
That's correct.
all in favor? Abstentions? That also passed unanimously. And recommendation number 2, with respect to professional plastics.
Thank you again. So staff is recommending that the allocation board approve a $539,100 fund benefit award to Professional Plastics LLC, doing business as Professional Plastics East. Professional Plastics is a global distributor and fabricator of high-performance plastics, and they are pursuing a strategic expansion in Orchard Park to meet the growing demand from the semiconductor industry. The company's current site does not have sufficient electrical capacity to support additional CNC machining, ultrasonic cleaning, and kitting of the semiconductor fab machinery parts. Those are capabilities that are essential to serving that customer base. To address these limitations, Professional Plastics plans to undertake critical building, electrical, and clean room infrastructure upgrades, including expanding electrical capacity from 800 amps to 2,000 amps, and constructing a semiconductor grade clean room, along with the installation of ultrasonic part cleaning systems and expanded CNC machining capability. And that will allow the company to stop sending those semiconductor parts off to Texas to get cleaned and be able to allow them to do that here. The project cost is estimated to be over 2.9 million, with a recommended award covering 16% of the total project cost. The following factors strongly support the approval of this request. The expansion will create 49 full-time equivalent jobs over the next 5 years, which will bolster our advanced manufacturing sector here in Western New York. It will address a critical funding gap to ensure the project's timely and successful completion. Will enhance the company's capability to improve productivity and operational efficiency, and it will allow Professional Plastics to increase sales by $14 to $20 million, which is primarily driven by the demand for these semiconductor related customers. The project also aligns with the 2024 Western New York Economic Development Council priorities that focus on growing our tradable sectors and supporting traditional economic development goals. And we are proposing to use fund benefits to reimburse the applicant for a portion of the costs associated with the machinery and equipment. And I should also say that that is the same thing that we are requesting for Balthasar Industries.
Oh, okay. Any questions for Angela with respect to this particular application?
Angela, I think in your summary, it's written that the jobs are over 3 years. And you said 5 years.
Okay.
Verbalized 5 years.
Okay.
There's 3 years in the summary.
Yes, so the 3 years of, there will be 3 years of growth and then 2 years at the same level. Once they go up.
Okay.
Just a question on I forget if I asked this on the pre-meeting, but they approached NICEAG on their economic development programs because I know National Grid, I think utilities have.
They do, but NICEAG currently has a moratorium on their economic development programs. I'm not sure if they started. I believe they have contacted NICEAG, but I will specifically ask them about their economic development programs.
So we wanted to stop it.
It's also a great project,
Yeah.
advanced manufacturing, good quality jobs, and a significant number of jobs over the number of years of the project. I like it.
Any other questions for Angela?
I'm just glad it wasn't a feeder constraint. It was actually just the on-site transport. That was good to hear.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Hearing none, we'll call for a motion to approve staff's recommendation,
Make a motion.
award, that we award $539,100 for Hush Plastics LLC. Moved by Paul, seconded by Dennis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I believe that carried unanimously. We have 2 items of other business. First, as you all know, there's been distributed our proposed meeting schedule for 2026. I'm assuming you all had some input on that. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the meeting schedule as presented.
So move.
Second. Thank you. That was Brenda and Paul. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Opposed? Abstentions? That was unanimous as well. I'd ask that our secretary please publish that in our minutes so that it becomes public. Ladies and gentlemen, our next meeting is February 10th, 2026. Between now and then, we will definitely have a bunch of holidays, which I hope you all.
It's a Christmas party.
We're planning a Christmas party when we run out of money. I'll pay for
Wait, Andrew's it out, we'll never get there.
it. That's as far as I can go with it, Paul.
Red was there, holy crap.
If there is no other business, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Be
Thank
safe,
you.
all.